Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossyz 90 more, second upload of the day. It is Chelsea. We're gonna speak Chelsea because Romelu Lukaku is apparently, sources close to Romelu Lukaku are apparently starting to believe that a move could happen. Chelsea want Erling Haaland. We know that he is their first priority. They're never gonna get him. I don't think. I know Milan could actually make it happen. Dortmund are never gonna sell two of their best players in the same summer. Selling Jadon Sancho for me means Haaland stays. And look, unless he signs a new contract with Borussia Dortmund, I don't think they'll leave. No, they'll let him go next summer as well. I think he might move. In the next summer, but one. But we're gonna speak Romelu Lukaku and a couple of other Chelsea updates, especially around their pursuit for a striker. Smash the like button. Do subscribe to the channel as well, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell because that really means a lot as well. That really means a lot as well. So let's get into it. Now a couple of hours ago, Sky and Goal.com as well have come out with two separate articles, and they point out the same thing. Goal are saying Chelsea's Lukaku bid rejected as Inter turned down 85 million plus Marcos Alonso offer. Now that was around 3 hours ago. 2 hours ago, Sky Sport obviously saying Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea's offer for 85 million plus Marcos Alonso turned down. Let's look for let's look at the one for Sky, and then we shall also look at the one coming from Court Offside. They are saying sources are starting to believe. Sources around Romelu Lukaku are starting to believe that maybe something could happen. So this is according to Sky Sport. And they're saying Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea's transfer offer of 85 transfer million plus Marcos Alonso turned down by Inter Milan. 85 million plus Marcos Alonso turned down. And one of my friends has been telling me that Lukaku's transfer is going to cost a lot of money. If 85 million pounds is rejected, how much do they want? How much they want, or maybe possibly this could be one of the attempts, for Inter Milan to try to keep Romelu Lukaku as long as they can, because what they want as Inter is, can we sell another player, probably Lautaro Martinez? Can we sell Lautaro Martinez? Whichever club is interested, can we sell Lautaro Martinez and keep Romelu Lukaku? Because their priority is. They want to keep Romelu Lukaku first before they can actually think about selling him. So they will sell any other player in that squad. We've seen that with Ashraf Hakimi. They will sell another player, and reports indicate that they are very free for Lautaro Martinez to leave the club, but they're not free with Romelu Lukaku leaving Inter Milan. So they're saying this, according to Sky. They're saying Chelsea in talks about reacquiring Romelu Lukaku, but not reached Inter's valuation. 85 million offer, which include an 85 million offer, which included Marcos Alonso, was turned down by Italian champions, having played a key role in their Serie A win last season. Lukaku is happy at Inter and fully focused for the new season, as reported by Sky Sport. So they're saying Chelsea have made an offer Chelsea have made a second offer for their former striker Romelu Lukaku, worth 85, rejected by Inter Milan. It's crazy. It's crazy. This looks like Chelsea are making a second offer, and they have also had a couple of bids rejected for Erling Haaland. Actually, stories came out yesterday showing that the Chelsea had actually made two secret bids for Romelu Lukaku. Both of them turned down. It looks like Chelsea are gonna struggle really to get in a striker, and they have not really made what you would call a marquee signing. They've actually not made a marquee signing in this summer. They've not made it. So if they're gonna do one, it's got if you're gonna eat a frog, it's got to be the fresh, juicy one. So Chelsea's proposal would have also seen left back Marcos Alonso move to Inter Milan, according to Sky Sport Italy. The reigning European champions have already seen a first offer rebuffed by Inter, and it is understood that neither proposals has so far made the Italian club change their mind about selling Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea are determined to resign the 28-year-old Belgian international and offer an offer of between 94 million pounds, that's around 110 million euros, could see the deal, or could convince Inter chairman Steven Zang to sell Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku played a key role in the Italian in the Serie A win they had last season. That much we know. So if you look at Romelu Lukaku actually, and why they want, because there is some justification here. So this is kind of a justification. If you look at why they want him, last season he had 24 goals and he was the best player, or he was the top scorer in that league. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy because if you look at how Romelu Lukaku leaves Chelsea and goes to Everton, and he does so well, and then he signs for Manchester United, and I don't know whether he struggled. But it looks like it didn't work out well for him. Then he goes to Inter Milan. 2 seasons there, he's a beast. He's become a top class finisher, and not only for Inter Milan, we've seen him at Belgium again. His finishing has become top class, top notch. Not only finishing, but also the way he plays football. Because if you look at the goals, 24, shots on target, 48, assists. He had 11% assists last season. Again, ranking first in the league. Big chances created, 10, ranking first. Tackles completed, 53, ranking first. That speaks volumes. That absolutely speaks volumes. And if you look at that picture from Sky, it really shows you that it shows you the passing patterns of Inter Milan last season, and how key the Romelu Lukaku was in their build-up. Look at how thick those passes are, and all of them targeting Romelu Lukaku, was a very, very key player in the setup of Inter Milan. So according to Sky, they're saying Inter need to reduce their wage bill this summer, and title-winning boss Antonio Conte left the club in May amid concerns about plans to cut his budget. However, Lukaku is very happy and settled at Inter Milan and ready to give his all next season. So it's crazy. It's gonna be crazy for Chelsea, and they've got to understand this, and they've got to know this. It's not gonna be the easiest of it's never gonna be the easiest of deals for them to do, despite the fact that the player has been there. It's not gonna be easy. Lukaku has been a reject from Chelsea, reject at United. Of course, he has been world capped at Everton and welcomed at Inter Milan. He's won a league there. It's part of his loyalty. It's part of his part to play that Inter Milan owe him a lot of loyalty, because they'll be like, we made you the player you are, so we will sell you when we feel like you have to go. At the moment, we need you, and you have to reciprocate the loyalty and trust we've actually put in you. I don't think Romelu Lukaku will push for a move out of Inter Milan. Absolutely, it doesn't happen. I don't see it happen. It doesn't make any sense. So, according to, of course, because we won't look at goal.com because it has the same information, but Code Offside is saying sources close to world-class star are starting to believe he's set for a transfer to Chelsea. Now, they're saying sources close to Romelu Lukaku are reportedly starting to believe that the player could be on his way back to Chelsea in this summer's transfer window. The Belgium international has been a star performer for Inter Milan since joining them from Manchester United a couple of years ago. But we may now be about to see him in the Premier League once again. Talk is hotting up about Lukaku being a target for Chelsea, and Dean Jones has spoken to the Dan Deal show about the situation, which seems to be evolving quickly. Watch below. Obviously, that is Terry on the Football Terrace. Make sure you do visit his channel. He has a very, very good show called the Dan Deal Show, and I really watch it often. So make sure you do watch it. Do watch it as well. So what Code Offside is saying, they're not the most credible of sources. Absolutely, they're not even close to being trusted. They're not even close to being trusted, but they do quote Dean Jones, and of course I do trust Dean Jones. He's made a couple of appearances on the Football Terrace. I've used him a lot on my second channel on Cossyz podcast. And now I would love to, of course, to use him on the sister channel. But I think with Inter Milan, they're just waiting for that. They're just waiting for that opportunity. They're just waiting for that time to pass. They don't want to sell Romelu Lukaku. They know that. But the problem they are facing, the problem they have is if we do not sell Romelu Lukaku, if we do not sell another player, the financial constraints are going to catch up with us. The financial problems are going to catch up with us. What do we need to do? What we need to do at the moment is to make, is to sell players. We sold Achraf Hakimi. It didn't come the situation. Lautaro Martinez is the key to this deal. So if I'm Chelsea, what I do is I would lend Arsenal some money. They buy Lautaro Martinez. It wouldn't make it didn't make any sense. But I think it's Lautaro Martinez. It's Lautaro Martinez. Because Inter saying they don't want to sell Nico Barella. They don't want to sell Nicolo Barella. And that shows you how important Nico and Lukaku are to Inter Milan. So if they're not saying Nico and they're not saying Lukaku, then Lautaro Martinez it is. So Chelsea could pay Arsenal to get out of the Lautaro Martinez deal, pay off Atletico Madrid as well to get out of the deal, and Inter Milan will be stuck. Just kidding. But I think that is the update. That's the update. Chelsea fans, thanks everybody for watching in. Smash the like button. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I'll be coming up with an Arsenal update later in the day, as well as an update from the Spanish La Liga on transfers. Barcelona unveiling Emerson Royal finally. I think it's a waste. I think it was, I think it was a waste. They already have, Dest in that position. Didn't think they would get, Emerson Royal. But we'll speak La Liga as well. Probably later in the day. I need to talk about Liverpool as well, because Liverpool, they have interest in Sonny Guez, and they have been told the price of Renato Sanchez. So maybe it would make some sense. But for Arsenal fans, a massive update on James Maddison. Catch me later. For now, I sign out. Do smash the like button.